Hey, welcome back. Hope you had a nice spring break. See you tomorrow, but for today, what I want to do is walk you through the substitution method we were doing right before break and give you a chance to do this on a worksheet here in just a second. So when we have substitution, what we're looking for is a variable that's by itself. You see this y is all by itself. It has nothing adding, nothing multiplying by it. So what that means is we're going to take what it's equal to, which is 4 minus x, and we're going to put that in for the variable in the other equation. So instead of 5x plus y, this y is going to go away, and what we're going to have is 5x plus 4 minus x. This 4 minus x goes in that spot, creates this equation here, which now we should be able to solve. 5x minus x is 4x. If we subtract 4 from both sides, and then divide by 4, we get x equal to 5. All right, so that's our x value. Now I want to find out what y equals. The best way to do that is to plug this right back into the thing that you subs for. So if we put it in there, we'll get y equals 4 minus 5, which gives us y equal to negative 1. So there's our two values. X is 5, y is negative 1. All right. Do it here. Here's our variable that's by itself. So we're going to take what it equals to, 5x, and we're going to put that in for y right there. So instead of 2 times y, we're going to go 2 times 5x minus 4x equals 18. We're going to multiply. 2 times 5x is 10x. And then 10x minus 4x will give us 6x. Divide by 6, and we'll get x equal to 3. All right, so that's our x value. I want to find y, so we're going to take this 3 and we're going to put it right back in there. 5 times 3 will give us y equal to 15. So again, find the variable that's by itself, plug that in, and then go from there. All right, so on this one here, I've got m equals n minus 3. M is by itself. We're going to take n minus 3, we're going to put it in for m down here. This m will go away, so instead of 3 times m, we'll have 3 times n minus 3 plus 5n equals negative 25. We're going to distribute. 3 times n is 3n. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. All right, 3n plus 5n is 8n. All right, then we're going to add 9. Get 8n equals negative 16. Divide by 8. We get n equal to negative 2. Right, so that's our n value. We're going to plug that right back in here. So we're going to get m equals negative 2 minus 3. That means m will equal negative 5. So we're just trying to plug it in, find one, then plug that answer in to find the other. Okay, so if you look at this one here, you can see that we have this y by itself. We've got 2x plus 4. We're going to plug that in for y right there. So instead of 2 times y, we'll let that y go away, and we'll have 2 times 2x plus 4 instead. Everything else about the equation is going to stay the same. So if you look at that top equation, the only thing that changed is we got rid of the y and we put 2x plus 4 in its spot. We're going to distribute. So we'll get 2 times 2 is 4x, 2 times 4 is 8. Put these together, 5x plus 4x will make 9x plus 8 equal to 35. We're going to subtract 8. 9x equals 27. And then we're going to divide by 9. We'll get x equal to 3. Okay? So that's the x value. Then let's put that 3 back in here for x. Y is going to equal 2 times 3 plus 4. So that's going to be 6 plus 4, which means y will equal 10. I look at this one, I see I have this x by itself. Let's take this 4m minus 10, we're going to put it in for x right there. So instead of 2 times x, we're going to have 2 times 4m minus 10. Now it's technically a negative 2 because of that minus, so we'll have to keep that in mind when we distribute. All right? So we're going to distribute a negative 2. Negative 2 times 4 will give us negative 8. Negative 2 times negative 10 will give us a positive 20. Put these together. 3 minus 8 is negative 5. All right, we're going to subtract 20. subtract 20, we'll get negative 5m equals 15. And then divide by negative 5, we'll get m equal to negative 3. Okay, so that's one of them. Take that, and we're going to put it back in here. So x is going to equal 4 times negative 3 minus 10. X will equal negative 12 minus 10. X will equal negative 22. So now, what happens if you don't have a variable by itself? So you look here, and none of these variables are completely by themselves, and so we can't do the substitution quite yet. What we would want to do is consider, is there a variable here that's maybe easy to get by itself? And you can see that this top y doesn't have anything multiplying by it. The only thing that we'd have to get rid of is this 3x. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to subtract 3x from both sides, and it's going to give us y equals 10 minus 3x. All right, so we've kicked this 3x over to the other side. Now we have a variable by itself. Let's take this 10 minus 3x and put that in for y right there. So instead of 4 times y, we're going to have 4 times 10 minus 3x. Minus 2x equals negative 2. We're going to distribute. That'll give us 40 minus 12x minus 2x equals negative 2. Put these together, that's a negative 14x right there. If you subtract 40, we get negative 14x equals negative 42. And then divide by negative 14, we'll get x equal to 3. Okay. So that's our x value. Let's plug that 3 right back in. Y equals 10 minus 3 times 3. So y equals 10 minus 9. Y will equal 1. So it's all the same kind of thing. We just had to get a variable by itself. So when I look at this, same thing. I want to try to get this variable by itself. So I'm going to add 5b. Add that over here. We'll get p equals 14 plus 5b. I want to put that in for p in the other equation. So instead of 4 times p, we're going to go 4 times 14 plus 5b. Plus 5b equals 6. Okay, we're going to distribute. This here will give us 56 plus 20b plus 5b equals 6. Right? If I add these together, then I get 56 plus 25b equals 6. Subtract 56, 25b equals negative 50. Divide by 25, we get b equal to negative 2. Okay? So now if I take that negative 2 and put that in for b, p equals 14 minus 5 times negative 2. I get p equals 14. Negative 5 times negative 2 is a positive 10. So p equals 24. Okay. The thing about this is we can check our answers. We can put negative 2 in for b and 24 in for p and make sure that it works. And if it doesn't, then you know what? I'm noticing right now that when I check that, the reason I even suggested it is because I wasn't sure that that was right. So this was a plus here. I accidentally made it a minus there. So we're going to make that a plus. That's going to make this a minus 10, which will give us p equal to 4. And that'll actually work. So again, you can check your answers by plugging them in and making sure that they equal what you wanted there. All right. So your worksheet today will give you a chance to do a graphing one. That's an old idea, and then some simple things. We do have some story problems that we'll eventually get to. I don't believe they're on your worksheet today, but we will get to them as we go. For example, here it says Joe and Annie had a total of $230 between them. Annie has 10 less than 3 times Joe. You get these kind of goofy questions, right? But let's just say we have J for Joe and A for Annie, and if you add their money together, you get 230. Okay, so we know that their total amount of money is 230. Now it says Annie has, so her amount is 10 less than 3 times Joe. So if you did 3 times Joe and did 10 less than that, minus 10, that would be exactly what Annie has. Now if you look at this right here, if you kind of take a step back and see it, this is substitution. A is by itself. We can take 3j minus 10, put it in there. We get j plus 3j minus 10 equals 230. So 4j minus 10 equals 230. 4j equals 240. and divide by 4, and Joe will have 60 bucks. Okay, so they had 230 altogether. He's got 60 of it. So if you take 230 minus the 60, that means she has 270. All right, so if you, or I'm sorry, 170. So if you kind of go back to what it said, if you took his money times 3, she has 10 less than that. 3 times 60 is 180, 10 less than that is 170. So it all checks out. All right. So similar here, 2 numbers add up to 52. We'll call them X and Y just because you can call them whatever you want, but they add up to 52. One number, we'll say X, is 7 more than twice the other. So if you double the other, it's still 7 more than that. So you can plug that in. 2y plus 7 plus y equals 52. Add those up. 3y plus 7 equals 52. Subtract the 7. You'll get 45. And then divide, you'll get y equal to 15. Okay? And then it's up to you. You know they all add up to 52, so you can just take that off of 52. Or you can double that. 30 plus 7 will give you 37. Those 2 numbers add up to 52 and do exactly as it says. All right, so go ahead and grab the worksheet. There's a video on Classroom to help you through that. Check your answers, turn that in when you're done. I'll see you tomorrow.